Hey, guys, when they're, I think I know the answer to this question, but it seems physically impossible. When they're playing water polo, they can't touch the ground, right?
No.
That's crazy.
No,
they just swim
that
forever.
one impresses the crap out of me. And like the goalies, how much height they get.
Yeah.
When they kind of, I don't know, jump out of the water. I don't know what the technical term is
I'd
for
say
swimming.
jump, probably.
But
Probably.
yeah, like these guys are in shape.
Incredible.
Think of how exhausting it is for the rest of us, regular people, just to tread water for 4 or 5 minutes. Now, how about treading water while also swimming as fast as you can while other world-class athletes are trying to steal the ball from you?
And grabbing you.
As you can see there was a good grip on those shorts there.
The amount of nudity in this sport.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I haven't seen an underwater cam angle yet.
Would you pay extra for it?
Yes.
They call it the eel cam.
Wow. Brilliant.
That's why a lot of the guys, right before they get in the pool, they're like, could you please raise the temperature of this pool by like 10 degrees? There's an underwater cam.
Yeah.
You got to help me out,
You got to
buddy.
get that in the CBA. If there's an underwater cam, warm that
I don't
water
even
up.
see one in the water. I wonder if they even have it this year. Because, again, every year, it's a grab at the shorts and something flings out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Says hi.
They cut to it for like a split second a couple minutes ago.
Yeah,
so they
I
do
saw
have
that.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a non-stop feed of that?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Is there like a temperature they have to keep the water at for the Olympics, you think? Like for like swimmers and everything? Like those guys, like, because everybody's getting warmed up as an athlete. You can't have freezing cold water, can you? Or
So, yeah,
maybe you can. I don't know.
I asked that same question the other day because there has to be an ideal temperature for maximum speed. So my guess is, I don't know this, somebody can tweet at us and tell us. My guess is there is a standard temperature for this level of swimming. I don't know about water polo. My guess is it's probably similar, but
okay.
I would hope that Olympic swimming has a standard temp that they aim
think water
for.
polo would want it cold.
tell
Those
you-
guys are moving a
I'll
lot.
tell you guys right now.
Oh, with an underwater cam, you don't want it cold.
No, you want it 150.
Hey, that guy lost his
You want
bonnet.
to play in a hot tub.
I'm buying one of those hats right now.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, exactly.
There it is, Zach.
Oh, look at
Come
that.
on.
They
Look at
could
that.
fund the entire Olympics if they just sold a stream of that.
Oh, you think there's not one channel that's not?
Has Tommy texted anybody yet?
Link, please.
He's busy watching this.
Oh, what a save.
I'm buying myself one of those helmets that they
Little
wear.
Snoopy cat.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
The original water polo helmet.
Hey, you guys want to know something none of you will care about? It's not funny.
Oh,
or
I can't
interesting.
wait.
Man, this is a great preview.
Are you sure you want to know it?
So none
dying
of us will care, and it's not funny or interesting.
But it's on topic.
Please,
My
by all
grandpa,
means.
my dad's dad, was the captain of the water polo team when he went to Cretin-Durham Hall.
Is that right?
Yes.
You going to write that down?
Do they still have water
You're
polo
right. That's a
teams
great
here?
point.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to get that in the book.
Nobody
cares.
No, I said that.
Okay,
I
I'm
know
sorry.
none of you.
Which,
Nobody cares.
Which grandpa was this again?
My dad's dad.
So
Was
is this
he the
one?
war hero?
Yes.
Is this the one that was married to the alcoholic, or the one that
Yes.
never took another lover?
No, the one that was married to the alcoholic.
Okay, hold on. And this was in high school?
Yeah, at Cretin-Durham Hall.
The Cretin Durham Hall.
He was the water polo captain.
Water polo.
I didn't know they had water polo in high schools.
Yeah. Well,
So, your grandfather was a war hero and an elite athlete,
he was, yeah.
and you. That was the end of my sentence.
Yes, no, you are correct.
Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot.
Brilliant.
Dot, dot, dot. Wow, this is fascinating stuff. Any idea what the drunkard grandma did?
She was asking for that underwater cam.
I don't know what
She
she
was
did.
the underwater cam.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
I don't know what she did, to be honest with you.
Maybe that's how she picked your grandfather.
It wasn't cold
Jesus,
that
Zach.
What
day.
was that called?
Well, I mean, he's a Lambert.
Man, that was a great save.
Yeah.
Nice job, dude.
He was probably the most handsome Lambert.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, my son.
Oh,
will
my,
make it.
oh.
No, that was somebody's
Dang,
panties.
I told
I thought
you.
it was their suit.
I
Damn
did
it.
too.
Oh, no. Just
Oh,
a
come
cap,
on, dude.
sorry.
Hey, put your head
You get
back
water in
on.
your ears, brother.
Cover that head up.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Boy, those are the worst looking things ever designed.
Aren't they?
Yep.
They look like
those
the old
terrible.
Red Baron.
Yeah.
The Sopwith Camel's about to take off.
Yeah, looks like Grandpa Lambert flying a plane.
Yeah.
Are you still writing about my grandpa? That's
yeah,
really
I'm
nice
sorry. I
of you.
misspelled a couple things.
Oh, okay.
I had to get out the whiteout.
I'm so happy I pre-ordered this book.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
The second edition's about to come out.
Shoot the ball. Come on.
It's called Stuff Nobody Cares About.
All right.
Story of my life.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for some nudes?
Sure.
Whoa.
Always.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Thank you, St. Paul Saints. We love you. They're back in town, CHS Field. Get your tickets now for the St. Paul Saints. That's not how you say that. The St. Paul Saints at CHS Field. For my money, the best baseball stadium in the Twin Cities. I love it down there. And by the way, the Saints got tagged for 13 hits, 7-4 loss to Columbus at CHS Field yesterday. The 54-54 Saints send Ronnie Henriquez to the mound against the Clippers this afternoon. Get your tickets at saintsbaseball.com. Thank you. Here's your top story as previewed on social media at KFAN.com by Zacho just a moment ago. The USDA has completed an investigation into the death of an owl at the Minnesota Zoo.
Who?
Is anybody listening to me over there? You guys just watching
Yeah.
guys with
Yeah.
their things?
Well,
Yes.
I can't
Yes.
speak for all
Good
four of
question.
us, but 3 of us are listening.
I'm multitasking.
A recently released report indicates the Eurasian eagle owl was trained for a bird show in April when it flew away from a handler and landed in the tiger enclosure.
Oh, no.
You got that right, guys. That dumbass was eaten by a tiger.
He's never going to financially recover from that.
The USDA is requiring the zoo to develop flight training that emphasizes the health and safety of the animals involved.
You think some instincts got to kick in
Well, hang
there,
on.
right?
Hear me
Like,
out. Hear
come
me
on.
out.
Okay, let's hear it.
What if this owl hated its life, didn't want to be in owl shows, and this is just owl suicide?
This will happen quick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you think I'm going to do it? What you want me to do? Bleep you. I won't do what you tell me.
That's
right.
And then he flies straight into a tiger's mouth.
Yep,
I'll
that's
show
it.
you, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Good luck at that bird show without me.
Tiger's like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Man.
Get some more.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what
that was the
Jason's
greatest
depressed.
day. Yeah. That thing lands. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Thank you.
You ever seen those videos of an owl? There's one on social media of like an injured owl that gets a bath because he was just covered in filth. When an owl's feathers are either like completely drenched or kind of half gone,
Yeah.
they are freaking weird looking.
Yes, they
right?
are,
When they're
yes.
all puffed out, and then they're obviously majestic.
Yeah.
It looks like a rat with wings when it's all kind of
Round
it's
and
weird.
round.
Find pictures of an owl that are in the middle, in the midst of being cleaned. It's kind of bizarre. You're like, that isn't it. What
Yeah.
the hell is that?
It is weird looking.
It looks like a completely different species.
What does the USDA stand for?
U.S. Department
United
of
States
Agriculture,
Drug,
right?
Agriculture is what I was thinking.
Wonder why they're involved in the zoo.
Well, technically, the tiger ate it, so they want to make sure he's not getting E. coli.
That's right.
Yeah, correct. They want to make sure he's okay.
Man, that poor guy. Because you know it was delicious, and he's never going to have another one.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a taste for it, and then
Yeah, of
you,
course.
Yeah,
you
then
see the
it's
menu the
already
next
gone.
10 years, and you're pissed.
It's like, where'd Larry go? Oh, he's trying to get into the owl cage again.
Yeah, damn it, Larry.
Come on, Larry. Get back over
It's
here.
got to
Or-
be a delicacy somewhere.
Yeah, or maybe that tiger's now is just crazy superstitious. He's walking around going, okay, what did I do today
Right.
that made that owl land here? I just do the exact same thing.
Do you think the tiger in the cage cacaws to get the owl closer?
Why don't you take
see what you're saying,
Why don't you
though.
take a break?
Yeah.
Lame attempt at humor, swing and a miss.
Can you explain it, Hawk?
Yeah, I see what he's saying. He thinks a tiger thinks that an owl's a parrot. I see what he's saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Right. And
Yeah.
he thinks that's somehow going to attract an owl.
You never know.
I hate
that,
owls.
Maybe that owl likes
Hate
parrots.
owls. Owls are awesome.
Owls suck.
We got a couple of them. We got a couple of them nesting
They're
around.
raw
Dogs all the time.
They're majestic.
Raw dogs?
Small dogs.
Listen,
Well-
it's the circle of life, bitch.
Not as many as
Yeah,
eagles
but-
do.
Yeah, brothers
Get
gotta
mad at
eat.
the bald eagle.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I love owls. We got a couple in the neighborhood every evening. They kind of wake up and start talking to each other. It's awesome.
Yeah,
What
Bill
do they
Cosby
say?
was a temple owl.
I think that's
They just keep
the
asking who.
I have a
milligrams.
friend,
Yeah.
a friend of a friend who basically, he told us at a bachelor party because he does like power pole stuff.
Power
And so he
line
runs
from the
into
Goofy
like
movie?
he runs into owls' nests all the time, and he said that like there'll be just freaking collars up there of dogs that they've eaten.
That's what my buddy Brett was telling me at the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. He's working on Tonka, that there's somebody from like the DNR that has to go up into the known eagles' nests once a year or once every couple of years and find all the dog tags and all the collars and let owners know. That is a job I don't want.
No, that's
I wonder who would like that.
Mark.
There you go.
Wait a minute.
Zach!
How is that legal?
Holy crap.
They just had an underwater cam on the E network here for water polo, Croatia versus Spain.
No, we saw
And
the other side.
The guy legitimately grabbed the guy's shorts, his trunks, and was basically mooning the guy. He was pulling his pants down.
Yeah.
How can that be legal?
How is that not a
wasn't lying.
5-yard penalty?
Rewind it.
Well, it's got to be tough for the judge that's standing over there above the water to see. Hard to see.
We might
There's
need
got to be an
have somebody
underwater
with, like, a
judge with that
scuba
video.
that I can, you can sit there, you could watch. I mean, or not me, but like anybody.
Yeah, you're ready to
Yeah,
volunteer, though.
I mean, if they need to, I've always wanted to be an official.
Yeah. We got some brown thumb incident over here. 5-yard penalty.
How do you not just punch a guy in the face? You're like, dude, you're pulling my pants down on purpose.
Or how do you not just give him your number?
How do you not lean in for a smooch?
Right. Or go, caca!
Hey, am I weird?
No.
Isn't Billy
Yes.
Bean the guy from the movie?
There's two different ones.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is a different Billy Bean that passed away.
Yeah, in fact, again, Ben Maller, when I was driving in, was talking about how, who's that? Oh, Mad Dog Russo.
Yeah.
Apparently did a giant thing about that
no.
other Billy Bean and said that the wrong Billy Bean had died. I haven't heard the audio, but Ben Maller was saying that Mad Dog completely botched it and was eulogizing essentially the wrong one.
So what does the other Billy Bean do?
Well, they're both in baseball,
Oh, okay.
and I think that's part of the confusion.
Yeah, Billy Bean,
That would-
one of the first former Major League Baseball players to come out as gay, has died. He was 60. Bean, bless you, died at home on Tuesday after a year-long battle with acute myeloid leukemia. California native played 6 big league seasons with the Tigers, Dodgers, and Padres. So there you go. So that's what, obviously you see the name, and I'm
I
like, wait a
can
minute.
see. I
So
didn't know
not
there
the
was two.
Moneyball one.
Right,
No,
exactly.
the Moneyball one has an E at the end of Bean. This one just is BEAN.
Yeah, that one's still.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Well, I should have known that. I didn't know that.
Beanie.
Yeah. Beanie. Which
And
is
the
how
other
it
Billy
smells over
Bean,
here right now, by the way.
other one is 62 years old and still with us.
Good.
That's good.
The Moneyball one.
Let's see. So I still, you know what? That's the first and last news story I'm doing today, because that zoo story is the greatest of all time.
That's incredible.
And I still, I need to see video of it. I want to see if the owl, like was this owl born in captivity and had no idea he was going to be?
I would think so.
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
if any bird is born like big animals, you see
Right.
maybe probably a brother or a
Right.
cousin or something
Hey,
go
what's up,
down.
bud?
You know what I mean? But yeah, I want to see the look on the tiger's face when that thing lands,
Yeah.
and how quickly. Like, was it just
Right.
instantly? Like
Right.
the tiger sitting there watching that bird, going, "That thing's coming down.
Oh, look at these guys.
That thing's coming down."
Oh, look at these.
Imagine what's happening underneath.
That's
Zach.
what I'm saying. Let's take a look here. That guy's resting on that dude, man. Oh, goal!
España.
I think that went it.
Finally on the
definitely went
board.
in. Yeah, Spain's on the
Big goal
board.
for Spain.
2-1.
They've cut the lead in half late in the second.
Excellent
whatever.
math. That's White Bear math.
I don't know if it's quarter or period.
Looks like it's about a quarter.
Oh, that's an empty net. Oh, he still almost got him. He got a piece.
Sauce will do sports after this. Rosie joins in like 10 minutes. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Join the Power Trip's Corey Cove at the grand opening of Play It Again Sports in Maple Grove tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Shop their inventory of new and used sport and fitness equipment or bring yours in and get paid. Make sure to follow Play It Again Sports Maple Grove on Instagram and Facebook for all the details, and head over to KFAN.com keyword calendar.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Play It Again Sports Maple Grove. See you there. Not far from my house. Short drive. Can't wait.
Hey, Sus. I know you're enjoying the holiday pretzel, but we're supposed to be doing sports. You got to be in your own studio. So why don't you put down that pretzel, Chubsy?
How freaking good are those
They
things?
are really good.
Thank you, holiday.
Very good.
Yep.
Holiday Station stores.
It's a
Sneaky.
breakfast I didn't know I needed.
Sneaky good.
They have. They also brought the sauce and the salt and the cheese.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Holiday.
It's your turn to do
I'm
sports.
telling you right now, there's a bunch of holiday pretzels in the freezer.
That's what we were just talking about.
Put them in the pizza oven for 4 minutes. Perfection. That's the best pretzel I've ever had.
See?
On the Power Trip, presented by
told you guys, man.
Property Preservation.
Thank you all around.
The Minnesota Twins 5-game winning streak was snapped last night as they lost to the Cubs 7-3. Pablo Lopez started for the Twins. He went 5, scattered 7 hits, gave up 4 runs. Hold on.
One of us.
He gave up 4 runs, struck out 2. Royce Lewis did hit his 14th home run of the season. The rubber match is today at 1:20. Joe Ryan goes for your Twins.
So, a couple days ago, I think Bailey Ober had 2 hits, and you said he scattered 2.
You did
Yeah.
yeah, right.
And now Lopez scattered 7.
Yeah.
See, that seems more of a scattering to me.
If you give up 32 hits,
You're scattering them.
so there's no minimum or maximum of scattering.
If I were to walk down the sidewalk and there had been a bunch of baby bunnies sitting there taking a 2, were they scatting?
Wow.
So scattering, if you scattered 7 hits,
I'm listening.
that's fine, correct?
Yeah.
But if you scattered 2 hits, that's elite?
Yeah.
What if you scatter 32 hits?
That's poor. I'm just,
That's a lot of hits.
it doesn't matter how many hits they give up. I'm going to say they scattered them.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is I think you're a little loose with the language.
I think you're loose in the pants.
You wish.
You know what? I'm going to guess the same.
Yeah. The Twins are 4 games back of the Guardians. Their game was rained out.
Guardians were?
Yeah.
Cool. Man.
We don't care.
These guys are scoring like crazy now.
Croatia's,
That was a
yeah.
rocket.
Yeah,
the hell's
6-2.
going on?
Croatia's
They're-
pulling away. Water polo. This is the quarterfinal.
That guy was fired up.
He's angry. Those are the dumbest looking helmets of all time, though. I'm sorry.
Why are you? But you said you're going to buy one.
That's
Yeah, I
like
know.
the one thing of like, hey, you can get something signed by the team. How about a water polo hat?
Yeah,
This is fantastic, though. I have 3 months mortgage on Croatia.
that's a mistake.
I guarantee you, friends of mine.
timeout.
Friends of mine are gambling on this.
What do you think the coach is saying? Okay, here's what you got to do: swim harder and throw the ball at the net.
And
Go.
pull pants down.
There's this morning show in Minnesota.
Yeah, they're watching us now. Let's do it
watching
for them.
Yeah. Tommy wants to see Schlong. Let's give him a show.
Keep going,
It's
please.
your turn still.
Please just keep going.
You know what?
Can't you feel that dead air? Can't you feel us waiting for you? What do you think we're waiting for?
Hang on, Captain. We're watching.
No, the
Give us a
listeners
timeout.
aren't watching this.
And they can't see it, brother.
Somebody has to
Toaster.
talk. That's your cue.
The Vikings
I
were
know
back
this.
at practice yesterday, but Justin Jefferson was out for personal reasons, and Darisaw was not at practice because of an injury. Everybody says they will most likely both be back today.
So they actually had practice today?
They
Sauce?
practiced yesterday, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know.
Thank you for your honesty.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Well, that's Abbott's fault. Get mad at Abbott.
Yeah.
Rosie.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Did you guys see McCaffrey's hurt?
Yeah, how about that? I think he's week to week. That's not good.
Calf injury.
Because a lot of people have probably taken him first overall in their fantasy drafts.
Have they already had? Nobody's had their draft.
Oh,
yet, have they?
yeah.
had ours.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
have they really? Oh,
I mean,
okay.
Some people
I
have.
guarantee you John Creasel and Ryan Donaldson have had at least 2
Kisses.
kisses and fantasy drafts. But they have practice again today, and then their first preseason game, Hogs Daddy, is Saturday against the Raiders at 3. Pregame is at 1.
Let's go.
You can hear Hawk and I at 1:45 doing the pregame bit, which I love. Are you going to be here, Hogs?
I will not. Actually, 1:45.
Yeah.
I'll be here. Yep, I'll come in studio. I'll be right here, looking
So
at
will
your
I.
face.
So
Let's
will I.
do this, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I got lots of hot takes about the Vikings.
Rosie will be going to the game with both of his attorneys.
Hi, Roser.
I will. I got a pregame show of my own to do on Saturday.
What time
Good
will
for
that
me.
be?
That'll be at 2 to 3.
What channel's that on?
That'll be on Channel 9. Yeah, that'll be Fox
maybe
9 with Ben
KQ.
Lieber and Ron Johnson and Don Mitchell. And
What a story, Mark.
Steve
good story.
Lombardozzi.
Steve Lombardozzi.
He can't make it.
Yeah.
How?
Okay.
Hi.
Whatever.
Yeah, we have 2 preseason games tomorrow, Hogs.
Yeah,
The Patriots host the Panthers.
That's a big one.
And the Lions are at the Giants.
Yep.
Both games start at 6. Hawk and I are going to watch both of them.
That's right. Hey, Parrish.
Yes.
Listen to this. The Detroit Lions, I should say. They got this cornerback named Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah.
Emmanuel. Queen of the galaxy.
Yeah. In 2022, he missed 12 games because he tore his left ACL.
Ouch.
Yeah. Last year, he was limited to 1 game because he tore his right ACL.
Ooh.
Yesterday,
No.
torn pectoral muscle.
Good God.
Out indefinitely. 3 seasons in a row.
His poor T word.
It's amazing how guys just
Like,
they can't. It's like a curse.
yeah, like there's nothing about this guy that he did wrong, I'm sure, right?
Right. There's the left ACL, right ACL. I'm sure with football it probably had all to do with contact.
Yeah.
Because that's not like where it's a soft tissue and you're worried about soft tissue where. If you strain something and then you're working it to get back in with therapy, and you may not work the rest of your body in something kind of, but your ACL is a whole different ball game. Torn pec. Oh my God, I never did that, but I've strained it. It hurts like anything in your core.
Oh yeah,
anything in your torso, because you don't realize how much you use that stuff. Is awful. I feel terrible for this guy, but it's unbelievable how some guys. Like their career can never take off, or their career ends. They're bit with the injury bug, and I always just feel terrible for those guys.
Let's flip it. Obviously, long term, that decreases his chance at a higher salary and longevity of his career. But for those 3 seasons, that's a lot of money to do nothing.
But that's
pretty sweet.
But that's and how long has he been playing? I mean, that's his first 3 years. How many years?
Oh, I don't know. Let me check on that.
Well, if you're, if it's early in your career, you're terrified because then you've got the stigma of being injury prone, and that can be tough to find another job or somebody to get you the opportunity. It gives too much of your own team an opportunity to find someone to replace you because that's the game. That's why a lot of guys are terrified to just say anything about injuries in the NHL and probably many other sports. But yeah, that's tough. I feel bad
He's
for him.
been in the league since 2018.
Jeez.
So he's pretty young. So hopefully he had a couple years there where he could kind of show really what he could do. So it's not as big of a risk moving forward. But man, that's a tough spot.
It's tough. It's tough, guys.
Oh,
right, Rosie?
It's the life you lead. I mean, you sign up for it.
I didn't.
No.
As they said, pain and injuries are in the contract.
It's a given. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. Good deal with it.
Yep. You feel
Rosie?
Feel that air again? It's your turn.
The U.S. men's basketball team smoked Brazil 122-87. Corey paid me $100.
I sure did.
They battle
what?
Yeah, they battle Serbia tomorrow. U.S. is a 16.5-point favorite.
What was the wager yesterday?
27 points.
Do you want
Serbia? No.
It doesn't appear
Odds?
there's going to be a close game, which I hope that there is. But I don't know which team at this point will give the U.S. its closest.
Sleepwalked through the first half,
just-
and they still killed them. My
illegal.
turn.
What an experience for Ant, though. My God.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Hey, Hogs?
I want to break because I want to do an extended Vikings news.
Yeah, and I have
Herpes.
NFL power rankings, Hawk, for you, and I know you love them.
I love them. I've got the official depth chart for the first time, and I've got a lot of audio from KOC, including
All right.
also audio, Roser, of who's going to start at quarterback for your Vikings on Saturday versus the Raiders, and it might surprise you.
All right. Can't wait.
All right, welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Roser's here.
Beautiful morning.
Your Minnesota Vikings morning show, Power Trip Morning Show. It is a beautiful morning out there. You're right, Rosie. And you can tell it's football season. I mean, you can feel it in the air. Let's have it, right?
Hell yeah, man. It's like 55 this morning.
Yeah, 55. We're going to go ahead and hit some
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Your truck accessories pro.
Here's .com Tom, Power Trip Morning Show friend and future weekly guest. Breaking news about the starting quarterback for your Minnesota Vikings this Saturday on this station versus the Raiders, U.S. Bank Stadium. Who's going to do it?
Minnesota, a little bit different situation. Sam Darnold is going to get the start in the Vikings preseason opener. And right now, their depth chart, which again, make of those what you will, but it's Nick Mullins / J.J. McCarthy right now listed together in the number 2 spot. That certainly would raise some questions about, potentially, if Sam Darnold is the starter in week 1, could Nick Mullins be dressed and active as the number 2 quarterback on game day, avoiding a situation where you have an injury or something and you thrust J.J. McCarthy in right away? There's still time to go in this quarterback competition. J.J. McCarthy will certainly get his opportunities in the preseason to show what he can do. No decisions yet, other than we now know Sam Darnold, who has been well-traveled to this point in his career, former high draft pick himself, going to start the Vikings preseason opener.
There you go.
Yeah,
Surprise, Rosie?
That pretty much tracks from what we've heard since day one, that they signed Darnold to be the starter, the stopgap guy until JJ's ready, and ready in the eyes of Kevin O'Connell and the rest of the staff, based on their criteria on a day-to-day basis out of TCO. We will see J.J. McCarthy at some point, and people will offer their immediate judgments, depending on who he's surrounded by and how he looks. But I think everything's on target, and it could change. We got just week 1 of the preseason, week 1 of 3, that Darnold would start the opening game against the Giants in New York. But, I mean, a lot of things could change between now and then. But I'm anxious to see Sam Darnold play. I mean, I really am. I mean, I just want to see him surrounded by more talent. Although obviously Jefferson won't play on Saturday, and I'm sure Addison won't. Aaron Jones won't. Darisaw won't. Brian O'Neill won't. So, that's the preseason. We're used to it by now. I mean, it's the teams are just not risking unnecessarily any starter, and it gives the younger guys and the guys who've been bouncing around a great chance to impress the bosses.
That's right.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
I have some audio from KOC we'll get to in a moment, but I don't know if you guys have had a chance to look at the depth chart. I know it doesn't really matter much at this point in the year, but any surprises, Saucy? Anything that...
the one thing that I saw yesterday on it was who's the lineman that they always sign for a 1-year deal? The guard,
Dalton Reisner.
Yeah, Dalton Reisner isn't a starter on the unofficial.
He seems to be on the proverbial bubble.
He's
right
a
now.
backup, and I thought he one of the bits with him is everybody says he's very good against, I think it's the run, and he looks like a starting offensive lineman, but he's always available in late April and May. So, but the fact that he is not a starting offensive lineman, and then we heard that Blake Brandel was brought in here to be the starting left guard, and I know it's just an official depth chart, but he's the starting left guard as of right now, and Ed Ingram is the starting right guard.
Blake's a super good dude too. I had a chance to meet him at one of those Vikings, Vikings country bits or whatever they were called that I filled in from us. What a nice guy.
Cool.
That's irrelevant. Whether he plays well or not, but he seems like a guy you would like to cheer for. Good dude.
Yeah. Good.
Well, those offensive linemen are. They're pretty tight-knit group, and they're usually pretty quiet, but they're also very...
insane. Most of them are slightly insane.
They are. Going way back when, the room was always filled with knuckleheads. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But those are the kind of guys you want to hang out with.
Yeah, man.
And then the other one, Hawk, is that Dallas Turner is not listed as a starter, that Van Ginkel is.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
He'll play plenty.
Oh, sure. So there you go. Here's KOC. We're talking about the depth chart, and just as we all know, he says, don't worry about much of the depth chart. We're just trying to help you guys out.
Very important to make sure we are articulating, maybe not with 100% exact accuracy line by line, but we do have a football team here and a roster, and they play certain positions, and there's a depth at which that has to take place because you can only put in 11 at a time. But I'm glad we were able to get that out and circulating.
That's very funny. I think that's the best.
Circulating.
And I love it.
Here.
It's like, there's a...
Feed the animals.
There's a chart that has depth to it, and It has letters written on it and
Right,
people's
numbers,
names.
exactly.
And that's about...
Here, now go away, all you guys.
Here he talks about the quarterback play so far.
I'm just excited to continue to see kind of the snap in and snap out execution details of doing the job. You know, it's not always the result of a play when you're wearing a red jersey that ultimately matters. Is was your footwork right? Were your feet and eyes working together, eyes in the right spot, the rhythm and timing at which you made your decision.
Yeah. Keeping an eye on doing the little things right, because you're not going to get hit in preseason.
We should mention, by the way, too, that the three of us have a chance to talk to KOC today. We're going on to TCO and talking to him today. So
Looking forward to it.
We will play that back tomorrow. Our first KOC press conference, Power Trip style of 2024. That'll be tomorrow because, again, now that he's played initials, we're even closer than we have been in the last couple of years.
He invited us.
We're going to wait till regular season. He said, no, let's start now.
I said, that makes sense. We're friends.
You guys are the most professional. You guys ask the best questions. I can't wait.
You know what? Thanks for saying it.
Tomorrow.
Somebody had to say it.
Yeah.
We know it's true, but we didn't want to say it about ourselves.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Thank you.
KOC on adapting his program to the personnel he has on the team.
We've kind of handled it differently based upon, the team we originally kind of started coaching in 22. We had a plan for, got off to a fast start. Thought we needed to change it a little bit in regards to maybe playing a couple more guys that we wouldn't have previously last year. Didn't get off to a great start, but none of those things really matter. It's about this year's team, how we've handled training camp, a little bit more from a physicality standpoint, a little bit more bumps and bruises here and there because of how it's going.
And we'll get some more bumps and bruises next week as we go to Cleveland for intra-squad scrimmages.
That'll be
great.
Yeah.
There'll be some punching going on.
Oh yeah.
Always.
You need that. That's the one thing that always is with football preseason. Like that's one of the main reasons you have camp for hockey and you have the games is to get used to the contact.
Yeah.
So you're not going into game one and all of a sudden somebody leans on you and your groin pops. And it's like football they're not concerned with that. And I wonder how many of those injuries early on happened because of it.
Well, that's a good point. They used to have 6 preseason games. And
oh, my God.
That was crazy.
How'd you guys survive that?
Oh, man, not easily. And the starters would play.
No, I thought he said 0.
The starters would play a lot. I mean, almost all the time. They didn't have that many bodies, extra bodies, so they would line up.
Well, speaking of training camp, hold on.
Take your time, baby.
You don't mean that. You're mad at me. I can tell.
Why am I mad at you?
Because you hate my.
Any number?
Oh, you made pretzels for the whole group? That was really nice. Thanks to our friends at Holiday.
Our guy PA tweeted last night that during Saturday's simulcast on Fox 9, the NFL Network, and of course this station, the third quarter will feature a mic'd up Justin Jefferson.
How about that?
Yeah.
We're actually going to have him mic'd up during the game.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be on the sidelines just yakking with his teammates, but that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's cool.
I love when they do that.
Me too. I wonder, will we have direct communication with him as well? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
so.
sometimes in the baseball games when the announcers are actually talking.
Yeah.
Well, since he's not playing, it makes sense.
From what I understand, he'll have full
that's great.
interaction. Yeah.
Good.
Man, I'm watching that Olympic 1,500 meter race where the guy got.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Cody Hawker?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, and he got bounced and he pushed him out of the way and got the win.
He
That's
tried
awesome.
to get the inside laid on that Ingebrigtsen and did thou shalt not pass.
Yeah.
And then he waited like just as smart, like intelligence. He just waited because he knew he'd be kind of get sidetracked with that Kerr. And as soon as he kind of Ingebrigtsen started going a little bit right to kind of block off Kerr.
That's water polo.
I know it's water polo. Why is it
just
on?
bust through that inside
last
lane.
night, Rosie. We're talking about a highlight from yesterday.
I know. I thought he was just watching it right now.
I saw it live. We saw it live in the Parish household, and we watched it on the replay.
Yeah,
The Parish
pretty amazing.
Yep, Parish hold.
You know,
It's a new grip.
in the long distance running, especially, short guys like the guy who just won that look like they're working so much harder.
So much harder.
Yeah.
They got to take twice the
Yeah,
steps.
that's what I'm saying. I know how he
Right.
feels.
Why am I laughing at that?
Fun bar.
And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that's made news today, but it's no big deal. KFC says that they will not be talking contract extension for him or Kwesi until after this season.
I can tell you the one thing is you do not have time, energy, or anything like that to worry about things that are outside of your control. And I've, got a full-time gig here where I got to focus on these players, these coaches, and making sure we're having ourselves the best training camp we've ever had here, which will hopefully lead into a successful season.
Yeah, no big deal there, Sauce. They've already told you here at iHeart they don't want to discuss a contract with you until 2040, and you work here every day.
Is his contract up this year?
Are
there?
He's got one more to go.
Okay, so then it's not
Kwesi got one more to go.
It's not urgent by any means. Then
no, I definitely think Kwesi's more on the hot seat than KOC.
Correct.
Agreed.
But if this season goes better than expected, and it's weird because the bar's low, right? Vegas has him at 6.5 wins?
Yeah.
So the expectations for the season for the team to, win and lose is pretty low. I think we all want to see growth out of the quarterback. We want to see the defense play better, especially if it's Brian Flores' last year here before he finds a head coaching job. We just got to see growth, especially out of the quarterback.
From a contract conversation, I was watching a little bit of Hard Knocks last night featuring the Chicago Bears this season. And there was a moment in one of their practices where Ryan Poles, the GM, and Kevin Warren was up there in the front office. They're overlooking the practice field. They call DJ Moore up from practice and thinking, hey, go up and see the boss.
Hello.
Thinking, what is this about? Here, sign a $180 million contract.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he didn't care, because of course you have to, but he was like, okay, I'll just sign here, like you're getting a lease on a new car.
No kidding.
It was sort of like, oh, and he shook hands, everybody hugged it out and all that, and then went right back down to practice.
Yeah, you go back to work.
And but there was the strangest, man, I doing handstands as soon as I left the office.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe when he's on camera.
Maybe.
For sure.
I don't know, but it was interesting look at that particular transaction and how it went down, which we rarely get a chance to see.
Yeah. That's pretty great. I did see the part. I don't know if it was a preview of Saban talking to the coach about his young quarterback.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's pretty neat because Saban, I don't know if there's, maybe you guys know that there's a direct
Nick
link.
Saban?
Nick Saban, between Nick Saban and the head coach of the Bears. But he's talking about his biggest concerns for a young quarterback. And Saban just says, it's the pressure to perform right away and how it can derail a career and how you got to try to give a kid enough time to learn. He spouted the stats about Peyton Manning throwing like 28 interceptions in his rookie year.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks are terrible.
When I say the Bears are all in on Caleb Williams, they are all in, because you look at their backups, Tyson Badgett,
the arm wrestling champ,
Austin Reed. I mean,
don't know
it's a drop off.
Names.
Yeah,
and I think the other thing too with the Bears is there is weird pressure on them, because they won just as many games as the Vikings did, but they made that trade with the Panthers to get the number 1 overall pick. So they're a pretty loaded team to have the number 1 overall pick being a quarterback. So there is, and the coach, I saw it during the Hall of Fame game. The coach is like 10-27 in the games he's coached. I don't know.
Everything's
doesn't have a
changed
good
this year.
record, but there's pressure on him.
Yeah, there is.
So there you go. That's Vikings news.
All right.
It's exciting. 3 o'clock, this radio station, this Saturday. The only place, by the way, you're going to be able to hear JJ mic'd up on the sidelines on this radio station with our guys, Paul Allen, Pete Bursage, and the great Ben Lieber on the sidelines. Very exciting stuff. Can't wait. It's actually football season, guys.
Yeah, it's the best.
We will do Fan 5 when we get back with Mark Parrish and Mark Rose, and then headlines in the 8 o'clock hour as well. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.